Metacritic is going to start delaying the ability for a user to put a score on their website by 36 hours. Now, this isn't the critic reviews, this is the user reviews. Because there's been a phenomenon happening over... How long has this been going on? Over a year? What I'm talking about, of course, is the review bombing, where if somebody just doesn't like the smell of a game, they go through before the game has even been out for 15 seconds, and they just give it a 1 and just write, sucks! And, like, they haven't played the game, they're not giving it, like, a critical evaluation.
I think it even says, like, before the 36-hour window is over, it says, like, go play the game before you... write a review.
Yeah, what was it? Oh, I didn't quote it here. It was basically, I quoted it in the Discord. It was like, it to give players a chance to, like, actually play the game or something like to that effect. And I just thought that was awesome because they're like, yeah, because these people writing reviews aren't playing the games. Yeah. They just, like, have a gut reaction about, like, some footage they saw, and they just want the game to have a bad score. And, yeah, so the first question is, will this have any effect on user scores, or will people just start trolling 36 hours later?
I don't know. I don't understand why they thought 36 hours was, like, the window that people are going to just forget to be trolls.
I don't think they're forgetting. It's just, how can you rate a game, like, the day it comes out? Like, you probably haven't played the whole game.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but, like, the people that are review bombing are people that are never going to play this game. They're never going to play the game. They just want to troll and post bad reviews just because.
Yeah.
Like, I saw one, and it was for Ghost of Tsushima, and it said it was rated 0. The user gave it a 0 rating.
You can give it a 0?
Yeah, you can give it a 0. It said, this game's actually pretty good, but the 36-hour rule is stupid, so I'm giving it a 0.
What? Get out of here. That's obnoxious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bro, guess what? You're the reason the 36-hour rule exists. That comment. Like, you're not fixing the problem. You're making it worse. I think that it will have a marginal effect. I think it will deter some trolls, but I don't think it's going to stop it from happening completely. Yeah. But I think it is a step in the right direction. And I think something needs to be done to, like, kind of stop that. I don't know.
Because I feel like when, like, The Last of Us 2 got a lot of hate and stuff, I feel like I did see a lot of comments from people who were passionate about the series, and they were just saying it's bad because, like, it, like, didn't do enough different from the first game. Like, they had, like, valid criticism, but, like, they ended up giving it like a 2 or a 1 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is just like, dude, does the game turn on? That's 1 point. Like, did the developer figure out a way for it to work on the console? You get a 1. I feel like it's a 0 is, like, just an insane thing to give somebody.
It shouldn't be like a 10-point scale. Like, it should be like, do you recommend, do you not recommend? It would be like a survey type deal.
Yeah, I feel like then you would just have the same thing that you get when you watch a Nintendo Direct Mini, and then there's just a sliding scale of likes and dislikes, and then you just have it bombed in the dislikes. It's like you'd have the same problem, but at least, like, you wouldn't hear people, like, just stupid, like, uneducated opinions about stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that'd be a pro.
I think people also too much, like, they put too much value in the review scores in, like, validating if, like, they're good, like, liking this game. It's like, if they feel like, oh, I love this game, but, like, they can't stand that, like, it got, like, a bad score. Like, the score doesn't really matter. Like, your opinion, like, care about what you think.
Yeah.
Right.
I saw a tweet yesterday, and it said it had the scores of 3 PlayStation games. I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn, Days Gone, and Ghost of Tsushima. And the person was complaining that the score he thought was too low. He's like, these scores are way too low, and they were like in the mid 80s. I think Days Gone was like low 70s, and he's like, these should be higher. I'm like, why do you care? If you enjoy the game,
That's true.
If you know about,
that's very true.
But I know like people make decisions based on reviews, and you're not going to change that. But there should be different ways of researching a game that you are interested in. There's a ton of like YouTube content out there. There's like a ton of other content. Like you don't have to just judge it solely on what one random person on the internet gives it.
Right.
They might be biased and thinking one way.
I mean, it's the same thing with just like any type of educating yourself on like opinion, like things that like are opinion based. You're like, okay, I'm gonna get a second opinion. Like, if you see somebody give it a 5, and then, okay, maybe this guy doesn't have the same taste as me, I'm going to go watch somebody else. It's, you got to just find your information for a bunch of different sources to, like, figure out what your opinion is. Or, you know what? Just take the dice roll and buy the darn game if you want it so bad, and play it. Like, if you're not going to play it, don't rate it, also, is to touch on your point from earlier. Like, you should have to upload a receipt that you've actually purchased the game in order to rate the game on Metacritic. That'd be like the ultimate.
Or they ask you a question that only people that have played the game know. Well, I guess you could Google that. But
that's true.
You just ask you like, I don't know, some random question about the game that like nobody would really know. Unless you play the game.
Or you could just share. You have to share your like PSN or your Steam name, and that shows what games you own.
That's a good idea.
Or what you played, yeah.
Or how many hours you've played.
Because I think
that'd be really funny.
Steam has user reviews, right?
Yeah.
And I think you have to play for a certain number of hours to.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think I might be wrong, but I think you need to play for a certain number of hours.
You guys can correct us in the comments.
But yeah, they need something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just annoying. I mean, I don't go to Metacritic. I go to Metacritic, and I know that Metacritic's broken right now, and they're trying to fix it. But I see the critic score, I see the user score. If the user score is like in the yellows and the reds, and the critic score is in the green, then it's been review bombed, and I don't even look at the user score or any of the user reviews. I go to like reviewers that I like and that I trust who have similar taste as me, or I ask my friends who have possibly already bought the game, and I go, "Yo, did you get this? Should I get this? Is this like the coolest game ever?"
What if it's the reverse? Like it's a yellow reviewed, like it's like 5 or 6 critic, and then the user score is like 8 or 9.
Praised by the fans.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the users are usually right in that. Like, I've never seen a game get like review praise bombed.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually like the critics are too harsh on it for something stupid, and then the users are like, actually, this is a really great experience. From like the couple of times I've seen that, I've noticed that the users are usually in the right.
Yeah, like I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. I love that game.
It's amazing.
And so the critic score is like an 83, but the user score is like a 9.2 or 92 or whatever. So
I agree with that.
Yes.
I have played it for maybe 8 hours, and I would rate it higher than an 83.
Yeah. I agree.
Which rolls into our next discussion topic, which is, should user scores just go away? Like, how much does a number really mean? I think, Camilo, you touched on this a little bit a second ago. Like, does the number 8 really affect the experience that you have?
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day?
And even when you're watching the review, you're really watching for, like, the reviewer's comments and, like, what they think and their thoughts. Not, like, you don't just, like, okay, get me to the end, what's the score? Like, it's, I don't know. The way your question's worded, I don't think we should just rely on critic scores. It's either no numbers or we would have to keep them both, because there are the situations where like they're just like complete opposites of each other, so like you just have to like balance them out.
Sure. Yeah, totally. Where you should, so you're saying keep them, but just be a critical thinker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, I mean, I feel that also. I mean, I think that this is probably a problem that is very hard to solve due to the anonymity of the internet. And it's a problem on Twitter, it's a problem on YouTube, it's a problem on anywhere that people can say something and not have to show their real face or address.
Yeah.
Like there's no accountability for like what people say on the internet, what trash they talk. So it's going to be a problem everywhere. So, you know, for the people who do want to write a nice review and maybe they don't have a YouTube channel to do that on, like, Metacritic would be a cool place for them to do that, and then it also helps you balance out the critic score if, you know, people are using it correctly.
Yeah, because, like, there are some user reviews that are, like, very detailed. They're, like, really long.
Oh, yeah. They're very long. They're, like, pages. But, yeah, did I say this yet on the podcast, or did I say it before? Where... you know, sometimes it's just best to, like, not rely on just the Metacritic score. Like, go find some YouTuber or anybody whose, like, opinions you kind of, like, align with yours. Like, somebody who enjoys, like, The Legend of Zelda and Dark Souls and, you know, a couple other games, like Metroid, like, that guy probably likes the same kind of games as me. So, like, if he has an opinion on something, like, he's probably right. Like, you know, like, if, according to me, like, somebody else might hate it, but, like, if he thinks the game is good, that means I'll probably like it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you have to be informed. Like, I understand people are trying to justify the purchases because, like, these are, like, gaming is a very expensive habit, and you have to be selective of what you play, and reviews are a good way to get an impression of a game. But sometimes, like, user scores just get out of hand. Like, maybe instead of looking at the actual number, like the, you know, 50 or the yellow, you look at, you know, the scores that are in the green or in the yellow, like the 70 to 90 range, see what they're saying, instead of going to because you know the zeros are just useless.
They're just trash.
Zeros and tens are probably useless, but then, like, anything in between is
Is it, like, really anything below, like, let's say 5 or 4 that's, like, unplayable or whatever? I forget where, like, the unplayable comes into it.
Yeah.
I would say 4 and below is, like, unplayable.
I think 5's mediocre.
Yeah. 5 is, I don't know, pod racer, but I give it a 6.
But yeah, you don't... Like, I know people just look at the number, and then they're like, oh, this must be bad. But, like, if you really want to know about it, read some reviews. Like, look at the reviews.
Yeah, we just got to be informed consumers. I don't know. Do you guys have anything else? Did we have something else we were going to bring up?
We were thinking about bringing up what our game of the year is so far through we're halfway through the year. We're over half.
Yeah. All right. So let's just do that because let's end on something else that's not just talking about numbers. We're over halfway done with the year. Got Game of the Years in our sight. Game of the Year with Jeff Keighley, my favorite personality of all time. I am having an extremely positive experience with Ghost of Tsushima. It's way too early to tell, but I'm just going to roll the dice. I haven't put Last of Us 2 in yet, so I know that's going to be a strong competitor. For my money, I know there's other games out there. I think I'm going to put my money on the new IP from Sucker Punch, Ghost of Tsushima.
That's a good one. I will have to agree with you on that. I probably put like 10 hours into Ghost so far, but I could see how, like, amazing this game can turn out to be. Like, the legend system is just really cool to me. Like, how your legend grows and, like, nobody really knows that you're alive, but, like, there's all these stories about you. It's such a cool, different, like, concept. I really like it.
It's an awesome progression system.
Yeah.
Have you written a haiku yet?
I've written 2 haiku or 3 haikus, 2 or 3. I found a few, and I can't remember them. Like, I don't know.
Oh, they're on.
I know you got
on the.
I know you could look at them, but like I don't personally remember what I've written.
So you can't recite them.
Yeah, I can't recite them right now. I thought that was like the side stuff in the game is really good. Like the haikus, have you found a fox den yet?
No, but a fox led me to. No, I have found a fox den.
Yeah.
It gave me an additional charm slot.
Yeah. So that's cool. Like all the side stuff, the side missions are really well written, and they're actually fun to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Ghost is probably gonna be my favorite. I really liked Animal Crossing for a month.
Yeah.
And then I started Last of Us. I've enjoyed what I played, but I can't. That game's like really sad. I don't know, intense, emotional.
It's a heavy game.
Yeah, it's a heavy game. So.
Yeah. Cooltrainer, bring us home.
So my money's on Final Fantasy VII Remake because I have never played a game that detailed and with such likable characters. Like I felt like connected to like everyone in that game, and I mean it's a remake, but like it's basically a new game with like the same name as the old game. It's just like oh my gosh, it's like so good. I can't, like, the music is amazing.
I know you're just
like
that's a good way to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, like I like even when I reviewed it, like I was like I can't say anything like bad about this game. Like maybe like they try and like stuff too much stuff in, but like that even that like that's like I'm trying to like say something good when I'm trying to say something bad.
Yeah. No, but it speaks volumes. I was gonna say that you're basically just gushing about it. You're like at a loss for words because of how good it is. So that's pretty impressive.
When's the second part come out? Didn't they say?
No, they haven't really said. They're working on it, but they haven't said. I would say like 2 years after, maybe like 2022.
How many parts are there gonna be?
I would say at least 3. Probably more than that.
5.
Because I think that they're gonna have
because there were 3 discs, but this first part is like not even the first disc, so I don't know.
Do you think that they're going to have other Final Fantasy games released in between these parts, or no?
Oh, like a
16? Yeah, like I don't know, 16. Actually. Maybe.
I would vote yes. I would think that they would.
Or they might do another, like a remake of a different one.
No. I could see them maybe like doing like a new game while they're doing the remake. I don't know if they would start a new remake while they're doing this remake.
So
I wonder if they would do like a remake, like for Switch or something, of like the ones that have been remade multiple times before.
Yeah, I was actually
like
I was reading
1 and 2.
I was reading like an article, and I think they were saying like it was like the person writing it was saying like Final Fantasy VII is so special. They said like they don't think any other Final Fantasy games can get the same treatment as Final Fantasy VII.
Well, they'll probably change that once they see all the sales numbers.
What do you mean?
Like if Final Fantasy VII Remake sells well,
oh yeah, then they're gonna
be like, what else can we do?
They'll probably remake stuff, but I don't think they'll go to the same like scale with like these like multiple like 3 or more parts kind of thing. I don't know.
TBD. All right. Final thoughts on Metacritic scores, or what's your close second for game of the year? Man. Anybody?
I would say Animal Crossing. I think.
Yeah.
Not much.
I'm over it.
Not much else has come out this year, right?
I don't.
Oh, Neo 2. I need to play more of Neo 2. I like Neo 2.
Yeah, I keep picking that game up when I'm in the store, and then I put it back because I haven't beat Neo 1. Neo 1's very hard.
Yeah, because Cyberpunk and Valhalla, I think, are just going to miss the cutoff. They come out like 2 days after the cutoff.
I heard Cyberpunk's getting delayed again.
Well,
again?
No, yeah, I think into next year.
PS5 and Xbox Series X are coming out next year, but like the current gen versions are coming out this year.
Well, you get smart delivery.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for next gen. It's been 7 years, man. I can't wait for next gen stuff.
This was the longest console generation.
Was it?
All right. Yeah.
Well, Xbox 360 came out in 2005, so that was like 8 years.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't.
It's about the same.
Alright, I lied. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the other stories this week, and let us know what you thought of today's story in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.